Oh, family, gather around because today we are going to break down yet another pathetic attempt by the royal gossip industrial complex to smear the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, our beloved Prince Harry, and the ever-glorious Meghan Markle. These desperate folks just can't seem to get enough of twisting, spinning and weaponizing lies to paint Harry and Meghan as villains when, in reality, they are the shining stars who continue to outshine the entire dusty institution they left behind. Now let me take you back to 2018, the year love truly lit up the world in the form of a royal wedding that broke traditions and shackles, that rattled the old crusty corridors of the British monarchy. Harry and Meghan's union wasn't just a wedding, it was a symbol, a revolution, a new chapter, and that scared the hell out of certain people. Cue Lady Liza Anson, a woman who, instead of minding her own business, decided she needed to meddle in Harry and Meghan's wedding like some overbearing mother-in-law in a cheap soap opera. According to these so-called sources, Liza wanted to plan their wedding, to take control, to mould it into something she and her outdated pals could approve of. But guess what? Prince Harry wasn't having it. Harry, our King of Hearts, did what a real man does. He protected his wife-to-be. He stood firm, wrote to Liza personally, and told her that they were going another way. Because Harry knows who he is, and he knows what he wants. And most importantly, he knew that this day, this monumental day, belonged to him and Meghan, not to a dusty, gossiping relic from the past. Now, the way Liza and her supporters have tried to spin this story is downright laughable. They claim Harry blew his relationship with his grandmother over wedding plans. Really? So we're supposed to believe that Queen Elizabeth was sitting around, crying her eyes out, because Harry didn't ask the Dean of Windsor's permission for the Archbishop of Canterbury to officiate, as if she had nothing else to worry about besides micromanaging someone else's love story. Come on now, let's be real. What really happened is that Harry finally did what so many royals were too scared to do. He took control of his own narrative. He refused to be a puppet for the institution or for random family friends trying to cling to relevancy. He made decisions as a grown man, as a loving fiancé and as a devoted son and grandson. And oh, Meghan, the grace, the strength, the sheer elegance she displayed during all this chaos is nothing short of miraculous. Imagine sitting down for tea with someone who is clearly trying to undermine your wedding and your relationship, and still maintaining your charm and composure. That's Meghan, unbothered, poised, regal in ways these haters can only dream of. Yet even in this narrative, they find a way to blame her. Liza couldn't handle Harry saying no like a mature adult, so what did she do? She pointed the finger at Meghan. Meghan could turn into nothing but trouble, she allegedly said. You see, that's the oldest trick in their dusty little book. Every time Harry makes a decision, they blame Meghan. Every time Harry stands up for himself, they claim Meghan is manipulating him. These people can't wrap their heads around the fact that Harry is not some weak-willed, clueless prince waiting to be controlled. He's a grown man who has seen more, experienced more, and understood more than they ever will. The idea that Meghan is pulling the strings is pure misogyny, plain and simple. It's an insult to Harry's intelligence, his character, and his integrity. Let's talk about this trope for a second because it's important. Throughout history, strong, intelligent, charismatic women have always been painted as troublemakers, difficult or divisive, simply because they refuse to be silent. Meghan embodies everything they fear, a woman who knows her worth, who is confident, who is articulate, and who refuses to shrink herself to make others comfortable. They saw Meghan's brilliance, her light, and instead of embracing it, they chose to demonize it. Instead of being proud that Harry found someone who compliments him so beautifully, they chose to paint her as an enemy. But guess what? The more they attacked her, the stronger she became. And the more they tried to tear them apart, the more united Harry and Meghan stood. Let's not forget how the tabloids twisted the narrative around Meghan's wedding dress, another point they tried to weaponize. They said the Queen was upset that Meghan wouldn't disclose details about her dress. Why on earth should she? Why should Meghan, a woman who had her own vision and dreams, be forced to reveal every detail to people who didn't have her best interests at heart? And you know what? That wedding dress moment was iconic. Meghan walked down that aisle alone for the first part, head held high, radiating power and grace. That image will be remembered for centuries, long after Liza's gossip sessions have turned to dust. All this noise, all this speculation, all these fake tears about protocol, it's nothing more than a desperate attempt to control a narrative that is slipping through their fingers. Because at the end of the day, Harry and Meghan symbolise something they cannot control: authenticity. Harry chose love over duty. He chose freedom over oppression. He chose Meghan, and he keeps choosing her every single day. That terrifies those who are still shackled by the institution. It terrifies them that Harry didn't just fall in line like a good little soldier. Instead, he decided to break free, to create a new path, to redefine what it means to be royal, to be a husband, to be a father, to be a man. And look at them now. They're thriving, building their own empire, raising two beautiful children in an environment of love and respect, using their voices to shine a light on important causes. They're not hiding behind palace walls, orchestrating smear campaigns through paid palace sources. They are out here, living their truth, showing us what real leadership and love look like. Meanwhile, the haters are stuck in the past, clinging to dusty pearls, whispering about tradition while the world moves on without them. They can keep leaking, keep gossiping, keep weaponizing every crumb they find, but they can't change the truth. The truth is that Harry and Meghan have already won. They won the day they chose each other. They won the day they decided to live life on their own terms. And they win every single day they wake up free from that toxic environment, free to love, free to grow, free to be the incredible human beings they were always meant to be. So, to Lady Liza and all the other so-called insiders who think they have a say in Harry and Meghan's lives, thank you for proving once again why they had to leave. Thank you for showing us exactly what they were up against, because every time you open your mouths, you validate their decision. Lady Liza Anson wanted to organise the Sussexes' wedding, and Harry turned her down. This week, royal reporters have not been able to shut up about Sally Bedell-Smith's Substack, in which she revealed that Queen Elizabeth's deceased cousin, Lady Elizabeth Liza Anson, regularly gossiped to Bedell-Smith about Q circa 2016 to 2020. Liza died in 2020. Royal reporters are taking these third-hand accounts of Q2's words like the gospel, as they weaponise two dead women against the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. You see, according to Liza and Bedell-Smith, Q2 was mad about every single thing about the Sussexes' 2018 wedding. Q2 was mad about the wedding gown, mad about the Archbishop of Canterbury, mad about how Harry and Meghan were planning the wedding without running every detail by Q2. This whole time I've refused to subscribe to Bedell-Smith's Substack, but as luck would have it, the Times of London published the whole sorry thing. Guess what the root of all of Liza's bullshit was? Liza wanted to plan the Sussex wedding, and Harry told her, no dot. Liza had originally been positive about William's younger brother, once telling me, when the Queen delegates, the star is Harry. After Harry and Meghan Markle announced their engagement in November 2017, I happened to be having tea with Liza at her home on Ladbroke Grove in London. Together we watched their televised interview. Liza thought Meghan, an experienced American actress, was poised, very natural, intelligent and thoughtful. You can feel a very loving connection. Meghan is clearly brighter than Harry, but she has to be careful not to overshadow him. Early the following February, Liza reported that she had recently met Meghan, who was full of charm, but it was pointless to have a meeting. Whenever Liza raised ideas for their wedding, Meghan said she couldn't make any decisions because Harry was in Africa. At the end of January, Harry had travelled to Botswana for briefings on wildlife conservation. He will write from Africa, said Meghan. Harry wrote to me and said they were going another way, recalled Liza. He said, I am close to my grandmother and she is content with this. When I spoke with the Queen, she said she is not at all content. Liza was not upset, but she added, Meghan could turn into nothing but trouble. She sees things in a different way. According to Liza, the Queen was dismayed that Harry had asked the Archbishop of Canterbury to perform the wedding service in St George's Chapel, without first requesting permission from the Dean of Windsor. "Harry seems to think the Queen can do what she wants, but she can't," said Liza. "On the religious side, it is the Dean of Windsor's jurisdiction." As a result, Liza said that Harry has blown his relationship with his grandmother. She said she was really upset. "I was shocked when the Queen told me this, how she was so saddened. I had no idea about the conversation, that he was rude to her for 10 minutes. They had tea with her the day before yesterday. She was trying to find out about the wedding dress and Meghan wouldn't tell her." From the Times. So, Liza met separately with Meghan in early February 2018, and Liza was desperately trying to insert herself into the wedding planning and work over Meghan without Harry there. Meghan and Harry had already been planning their wedding for 2 months at that point. When Liza come lately had this meeting, Harry did that thing which he kept doing with his family, and everyone adjacent to his family. He tried to take the hit and allow Meghan to stay out of it. Harry told Liza that her services were not needed, and Liza immediately blamed Meghan. "Harry wrote to me and said they were going another way," recalled Liza. Liza was not upset, but she added, "Meghan could turn into nothing but trouble. She sees things in a different way." How many times did this happen? Harry tells someone, no, Harry makes his opinions known. Harry organises something, and every single person in that family was like, "Well, obviously this is Meghan's fault." And to all the supporters, the believers, the people who see through the smears, keep standing strong, keep supporting them, keep shining light on the truth, because together we are unstoppable. Now, my beautiful Royal Sussex Squad family, if you enjoyed this breakdown, if you believe in love, authenticity and freedom, then make sure you hit that subscribe button, ring that bell so you never miss an update, and if you feel called, show your love through a super thanks. It helps us keep going, it helps us keep fighting, and it reminds the world that love always wins. Thank you for being here, for supporting the Sussexes, and for being part of this incredible community. Until next time, stay blessed, stay strong, and keep choosing love.